Sector Alpha, the atmospheric vaults, pressurized domes holding heavy world atmospheric horrors. Strato-Titan, this colossal gas bag organism spans 3 miles of the containment dome, filtering frantic winds through gills the size of suspension bridges. Ferroglider, its wings serve as dense metallic plates that generate magnetic fields strong enough to rip weapons from the hands of security guards. Vapor Kraken, a mass of tentacles made of condensed gases that solidifies instantly upon contact with organic matter to crush prey under immense pressure. Voltaic Weaver, an arachnid construct of pure static electricity that spins webs of lightning between 2 massive Tesla coil containment towers. Hurricane Snail, a gastropod housing a perpetual storm inside its spiraled calcium armor, releasing gale force winds when threatened. Barometer Beast, this fluctuating blob expands to fill its entire stadium-sized enclosure as the air pressure drops, suffocating anything trapped inside. Sector Beta, the molten menagerie, heat-shielded silos for high-temperature biology. Slag Serpent, a limbless horror composed of semi-solid lava that burrows through reinforced concrete floors as if they were soft mud. Thermal Leech, a parasitic worm the size of a train that drains energy directly from the reactor core beneath its enclosure to sustain its glowing skin. Obsidian Stalker, a 6-legged predator with skin made of volcanic glass that refracts light to become perfectly invisible against dark backgrounds. Soot Spitter, a bloated, toad-like monstrosity that exhales clouds of choking ash, which solidify into jagged spikes mid-air. Mantle Driller, a centipede with rotating diamond-tipped mandibles capable of chewing through planetary crusts to reach geothermal vents. Ignition Moth, its wingspan rivals a jumbo jet, shedding scales that ignite the atmosphere upon contact with oxygen. Sector Gamma, the psionic wards, Faraday cages containing psychic predators. Neuron Eater, a floating brainstem with tendrils that bypass physical armor to directly stimulate the pain receptors of observers. Trauma Mimic, a shapeless fog that takes the physical form of the viewer's deepest fear by reading their neural patterns through the glass. Sonic Devourer, a multi-mouthed aberration that absorbs all sound waves in the room, creating a deafening vacuum of absolute silence. Ocular Tyrant, a sphere of flesh covered entirely in blinking eyes that induce total paralysis in anyone who maintains eye contact for more than a second. Coma Weaver, a spider-like entity that spins silk made of solidified hallucinations, trapping prey in a state of eternal sleep. Instinct Parasite, microscopic swarms visible only as shimmering distortion that rewrite the behavior of larger beasts to control them like puppets. Sector Delta, the deep earth pits, subterranean silos for burrowing titans. Seismic Worm, a segmented behemoth that causes localized earthquakes by grinding its rocky scales against the enclosure walls. rad scavenger, a reptilian scavenger that metabolizes heavy metals, excreting waste that glows with a lethal ionizing blue light. Fossil revenant, an animated skeletal structure held together by unknown fungal colonies that mimic the muscle movements of long-dead predators. Aquifer root, a plant-animal hybrid with roots that extend for miles, capable of cracking city foundations to drink from underground water sources. Solvent digger, a blind digger that secretes a chemical strong enough to dissolve standard containment alloys in under 30 seconds. Tremor hunter, a predator with no eyes that detects the heartbeat of a mouse from 3 miles away through solid rock. Sector Epsilon, the artificial genesis, laboratory vats for synthetic monstrosities. Hydraulic hydra, a 3-headed serpent where biological flesh has been seamlessly fused with industrial pumps and titanium plating. Assembly swarm, a collective of mechanical insects that physically link together to form larger, predatory shapes to overcome obstacles. Fluorophantom, a genetically engineered specter with translucent skin, revealing organs that pulse with artificial bioluminescence. Mutation beast, an organism with unstable DNA that constantly shifts its limbs and organs in a horrific display of biological trial and error. Optic arachnid, an arachnid with a nervous system made of fiber optics, reacting to stimuli faster than any organic creature ever recorded. Capacitor beetle, an oversized coleopteran that stores gigawatts of electricity in its carapace, discharging lethal arcs to secure its territory. Sector Zeta, the cosmic horrors, lead-lined vaults for extra-dimensional entities. Sanguine vampire, an invisible entity that becomes red and visible only after draining the blood of livestock thrown into its pit. Phase shifter, a creature that phases in and out of reality, appearing as a disjointed collection of floating limbs and organs. Decay slug, a gelatinous mass that accelerates the aging process of anything it touches, turning steel to rust and flesh to dust in seconds. Orbital maw, a dense sphere of muscle that generates its own gravitational pull, forcing debris to orbit its body as a shield. Parallax stalker, a predator that twists light waves around its body, making it appear to be standing 5 feet to the left of its actual location. Vacuum husk, an organism evolved to survive without atmosphere, its skin a hard seal that reflects all forms of radiation.